lot of people probably ask the question at some point in their life, what is mental health? What does it even mean? What does it mean to have good mental health? What does it mean to have bad mental health? Is it just how you feel? Is it what you think about? The truth is that, in my opinion, and from what I've discovered through my extensive meditating on the concept and trying to figure it out for myself, and having failed many, many times and found some success here and there, I would say that mental health is broken down into three major categories. You've got your emotional health, you have your behavioral health, and then you have your content consumption. Your content consumption would be the media that you watch, the ideas that you allow into your head, the thoughts and ideas that you're bringing in. So if you're getting an education, learning math is part of that, learning science is part of that, learning all that stuff, learning about the world is part of that, and then also stories and TV shows, movies, and everything else. And what kind of news that you digest as well. That's a big part of it. If you're constantly looking at negative news, it's going to have a negative effect on your mental health. Your behavioral health is like your cycle. We are cyclical beings. We are best mentally and emotionally and everything else when we are in a constant repetitive cycle that rewards us. So, just being a farmer out 100 years ago or whatever, and just having your family and the farming in the town and you have your own little cycles and stuff is a much healthier place to be than nowadays where everything is chaos and your behavioral patterns are constantly attacked. But behavioral health is something that you can adapt to even in our chaotic society. But it requires certain types of things. But I'm not going to get into all of that right now because it also gets into other ideas. And it's also somewhat tied with emotional health because your behavior and your emotional health are very interrelated. And that's why the whole thing is your mental health. Your emotional health is the relationships that you have. If you are not if you don't have good relationships, if your family is toxic and abusive towards you in any way, shape, or form, if the people you work with, if you're having negative energy put into you constantly from other people around you, that is negative to your emotional health. And then if you are surrounded by people who are uplifting and positive and helpful and mentor you and show you what you're supposed to be doing and help you fit in, that's much more positive for your mental health. So, and then emotions also come down to how you feel about things. But a lot of what you feel is the universe inputs, you output, and you can do what you can to kind of input things yourself and also monitor and control what's being input into you. So you want to cut off negative relationships if you want better mental health, and that's key. So most people will tell you that getting away from bad mental health or bad people for your mental health is the best thing you could ever do. When I moved out of my toxic parents' house and I was homeless for like a month or two, no, about 4 months. But when I was homeless during that time, I was pretty happy for the first 2 to 3 months. I was psyched. It felt better than ever because I was not in a toxic environment anymore. That's the makeup of your mental health, mostly. Those three things right there are going to dictate how you feel more than probably anything else. And it's a big thing. It's important.